All right, Shalom. First
Shalom.
foremost, first foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and Shalom to the hopeful elect, the Akim and the Akwaf, all right, that have returned to the obedience of the scriptures, all right, here in Babylon the Great, all right, and all over the four corners of the globe, called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, who are Israelites, who are the true, nation of Israel, all right, that have woken up in these latter days, all right, according to prophecy, okay, and according to prophecy, this great awakening is going to be followed by great destruction, all right, great judgment, all right, and the grim reality of it is a lot of Israelites have just been woken up just to be destroyed, and we're hoping to not fall into that group. We're hoping to fall into those vessels of mercy, through the sprinkling or through the blood of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, our Lord and Savior. You know what I'm saying? So, we're just gonna roll in the spirit tonight. All right, we're gonna bring out a few precepts here and there, you know, and it's not gonna be too long. But there's a multitude of places to start. But Baba Gasha, I want to open up with this. I'm gonna open up with Romans 13. Bear with me one sec. And a matter of fact, I'm gonna put my AirPods in real quick, Malak. Did you have anything?
Nah, I said I could get Romans 13 for you though. I was
Okay,
on
kind
mute,
of. Wow.
but you wanted start at 11.
Yeah, you can start at verse 11.
Okay, this is Romans 13 and 11. It says, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed."
And we'll go ahead and pull our first, strong G of the night, right? Let's go ahead and get into that word time. You know, let's get that word time.
That word time, G2540. Kairos says
Mm-hmm.
due measure,
Mm-hmm.
a measure of time, a larger or smaller portion of time, fixed definite time, the time when things are brought to crisis.
And that's it. All right. The time when things are brought to crisis. All right. And if you've been following, the men of the Lord, if you've been following the elders and apostles on down, starting with Great Millstone and its affiliate camps, all right, basically what's been explained over the last, few decades is that Babylon the Great, aka America, all right, and this entire global system, which is built, around Edomite supremacy, all right, America, Western Europe, Japan, right, South Korea, so on and so forth, right, the horde that rideth upon the beast, and then that beast obviously representing NATO and the European Union, right? It's basically been a build-up to the downfall or the destruction of this current global system, all right? And if you've been following prophecy, right, the Lord let us know that there will be tokens and there will be signs, all right, that basically led to a major global crisis, and that makes me think of let me see, what was that, Second Ezra's? Let me find. I'm gonna read this real quick. Second Ezra's chapter 9 and verse. Um, Let me see. Okay, yeah, this is Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 19, or I'll start at verse 18. Second Ezra 6 and 18, it says, "And it said, Behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth." Right. And when you read the scriptures, anytime the Lord makes a major splash on the planet Earth, all right, or makes his presence really felt on the planet Earth, he announces it by his prophets. All right, case in point, okay, Noah and the flood. Okay, prior to the deluge, which just goes into the flood, that word deluge just means, flood, basically. When you go into that, all right, it was preceded, okay, by a great work in the form of Noah, all right, prophesying that before it happened. All right, or another example, you know, being Sodom and Gomorrah could be an example. You know what I'm saying? The Lord always declares these things before they take place. Verse 19, it says, "And will begin to make inquisition of them what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Sion shall be fulfilled." All right, and that's evident as well. Okay, the affliction of Zion. All right, when you look at the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American community, all right, the Most High has followed through with His word to basically absolutely obliterate our nation. Okay, on a spiritual level, right? Because we know that there's a lot of Israelites still, but in the spirit, our people are absolutely through. Okay, the scriptures talk about Israel being revolted and gone. Go to one of these Native American reservations. All right, go to your nearest, project. Go to your nearest, his so-called Hispanic community. Where Jake is through, man. The affliction of Sion is fulfilled. Really at this point, we're looking forward to the mercy kill of Yahweh Shem Shah, because that's what's getting ready to happen. He's getting ready to put a lot of these Israelites out of their misery, man. You know, this is you had anything
Nope.
out?
Khan, I had something real quick.
Yeah, Baba Shah.
Khan, this is Isaiah. Because like you were saying, bro, like that's synonymous with that's the judgment is synonymous with the nation of Israel, um, their captivity being up. All right. And it's always been that small remnant of Israel that's been saved. It hasn't, it wasn't necessarily all Israel that was even saved. I mean, you had when we left Egypt the first time, but majority of Israel didn't even make it out the wilderness. You see,
Mhm.
so it was always through that remnant. You see, um, but this is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 8. It says, For it is the day of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's vengeance and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
Mhm.
Right. So that controversy of Zion is always brought up because it is controversial. That's twofold. Of course, the people, right, but also our land. Right. That's why you had that controversy going over there now. Right. So
Mhm.
yeah, you got it, bro.
Yep, and that's a heavy point because when it says in the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion, right? When you read the scriptures, obviously there's a major conflict between obviously Esau and Jacob. All right, the so-called white man, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, but there's also a controversy, between the heathen and us as well. But on an even, if you keep going down that rabbit hole, if you will, Yahweh Shem Shah has a controversy with you two-third niggas too. Going back to when our Lord was crucified, right? It was documented, it was written, it was put out there, that two-thirds of our people, the blood of Yahweh Shah is on them. They said, "Let the blood, of him be on our children," roughly paraphrasing. You know, so again, we're not here to. It's not all peaches and cream and roses and and fairy tales, man. The reality is, Abba Shemal Shah is getting ready to open up. And matter of fact, let's grab a Baba Shah. Could you pull up First Peter 4, and I think it's verse 17 on the screen?
This First Peter 4 and 17. It says, "For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai."
Right. So judgment is going to begin with you so-called Israelites. All right, you Israelites that know that you are Israelites. All right, and to go a step further, a lot of you Jakes know the breakdowns. A lot of you know that the MOTB, the C-hip, all right, is the implantable, device that we say that it is. All right, a lot of you niggas know that women ain't supposed to be teaching. All right, a lot of you Jakes know, that you're not supposed to have dreads. You're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to. I could go on, but the point is, a lot of Jake is just rebellious. A lot of Jake is just really fucking rebellious, and that goes back to the point that you made, bro. In the wilderness, yes, Jake got delivered out of Egypt, but Jake got off in the wilderness because Jake is rebellious, man. Jake refuses to hearken to any type of instruction, and it was a miracle, really, when you go into it. It was a miracle in itself that all, the nation as a whole got up out of Egypt, actually followed, Moses and Aaron's instructions and putting that blood on the doorpost. But really it was all spiritual, it was all prophecy. The whole nation is going to be saved, right? The whole nation is going to be in the kingdom, right? They're going to be brought back, through the process of a reincarnation in the kingdom. But on this side, you niggas is not gonna make it because again, you refuse to follow the instructions. You got it, bro.
I'm gonna get something real quick because you made a let me see. Exodus 6. Because you made a good point. Like, it's a miracle how they barely even listen to Moses to even miss the plagues and take the initiative to repent or show a sign of repentance, right? Which we know that the problem had always been our people showing that outward sign of repentance, but inwardly they were always fixated on following these idols, you know. And that's the same mindset our people are in today. Outwardly they wanna act all righteous, over righteous. You see it in the church system, right? But you even have that spirit coming up around this assembly too, But this is Exodus chapter 6 verse 9 in the NLT. It says I'll read verse 7. It says, "I will claim you as my own people. I will be your power. Then you will know that I am the Lord your power who has freed you from your oppression in Egypt." Right, and that's about to happen again. It says, "I will bring you into the land I swore to give to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I will give it to you as your very own possession. I am Yahweh Bashim Yahushai." That's what the Lord is saying now. It says, "So Moses told the people of Israel what the Lord had said, but they refused to listen anymore. They had become too discouraged by the brutality of their slavery." Right. So through this brutal mental captivity that Esau has them in, because it's not a physical as much, you still gotta go to work and slave and whatnot. But really our people are in slavery by choice, to these ideologies, to these doctrines that they follow, trying to seek peace, right? When the Lord is about to bring the complete opposite of that. He's about to bring complete hardship and misery. But the irony is that when you go closer to the misery and destruction, you are in peace. right? Which is the Lord. That's the safe place. All right. When we're close to our power, we receive no harm, you know. But our people, they love to be in that slave mindset, man.
Yep, that's it. I'm gonna jump back real quick to the second Ezra 6. Um, this is second Ezra 6:20, because this was the point that I was trying to get. It says, "And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens." And a matter of fact, this isn't the one I wanted. Let me see real quick. I think it's second Ezra 15.
How I go?
Um, where it talks about, or maybe second Ezra 9, where it talks about tokens.
Oh yeah, that's the second Ezra 9,
Con.
verse 1, I think.
Yep. Uh, yeah, we can grab second Ezra 9 real quick and I'll start from the top.
Okay, I can read that.
The water, bro.
This second Ezra 9:1. It says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made."
Yep. That it says, "Measure thou the time diligently in itself." All right. And this is precepts that we bring on all the time, but these precepts cannot be overstated, man. All right. When you measure something, what is the point of measuring something? The point of measuring something is to figure out the truth of a matter, to you know, determine the length and the width of something, ultimately bring clarity, to bring clarity. That's the whole point of prophecy. All right. Without these scriptures, without the breakdown, from through the spirit from the elders and apostles on down, we wouldn't know what the hell is going on. We wouldn't know what's coming next. All right. We wouldn't understand the things that have happened, all right, in previous, lifetimes, previous captivities. All right. We're measuring these things so that we know what is getting ready to happen so that we can prepare. But Jake would rather, you know, a lot of people would rather just be fucking ignorant, man. Just be ignorant and enjoy their vain little peon lives. But that's their lot. You got it, bro.
Hey, Salaki, I think it's in second Ezra 5. That word, where that word tokens come.
Oh, no, it's in verse. I think this is it. It says, "For all is made was plain." Even to the time. Yeah, it's verse 6. We good. It's not tokens, but it says signs. That's what I was
Oh,
gonna
okay.
say.
Kind. Second Ezra 9:2. It says, "Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made."
So again, after measuring, right? It says measure in verse 1. That's verse 2 is the conclusion of after you measure. Okay. So we see these things, we're measuring the times, we're checking the news, we're checking current events, we're looking into things, we're researching, right? We're having conversations with brothers, seeing what they think about the situation. All right. And we're coming to the conclusion, which is, yo, Yahweh Shai is nigh, man. He's coming. He's right around the corner. You got it, bro.
Yep. Verse 3. It says, "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Mhm.
For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
Yep. Yep.
Even so," was you gonna say
You
something?
got it. Nah, you got it. We'll finish it.
Kind. "Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs."
Right. And that goes for all the creation. Case in point, You look at a tree, you look at a flower. All right, a flower, in a flower's maturation and its development, it goes through phases. Okay, a flower does not stay the same its entire life. It starts out as a seed. All right, then it sprouts out of the ground. All right, and it's basically just a stem. All right, that stem grows up, produces petals. All right, and then ultimately produces, its petals and sometimes nectar or whatever it is. It's a maturation. All right, and again, it goes back to what we started off the lesson. We're watching a build up. All right, the things that are going on right now in the Middle East. All right, World War III has already started. Okay, the beginning of sorrows have already started. But what we're witnessing is basically gradualism. Okay, gradualism from the Most High, because ultimately Esau is being controlled by Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, we're watching things slowly progress, but guess what? There's going to be something. There's going to be an event. There's going to be a EMP. There's going to be a pestilence. There's going to be something that rapidly accelerates all these prophecies, and you can feel it. You know what I mean? Could you read 5 and 6 again, Baba Kasha?
Mm-hmm. Second Ezra 9:5, it says, "For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest."
Right. For all that is made in the world, right? Going back into the example of a nature or a tree or a flower, right? A flower is getting ready to die. It's obvious when a flower is getting ready to die. If you've ever grown a plant or anything or had, a flower, right? It is very evident when something in nature is about to die. All right, it starts to droop. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, Bible Shah, just because I said let's grab Isaiah 24 real quick. You know, because if you're just objectively looking at, Babylon the Great, all right, if you're looking at these people, especially, okay, because a nation is made up of people. When you look at the average American here in Babylon the Great, what do you see? You see a feeble, all right, fat or obese, just a depressed, anxious, individual. That is the average American. You know, you got it, bro. Could we, matter of fact, could we grab we'll jump straight to the point in verse 4.
Kind of, if I can make a point too, like somebody that's like when you start to get good at a certain skill, or a certain, like, you get familiar with a certain field, you start to understand, like, measurements, and how, like you were talking about, pretty much like husbandry, like, you're looking at the plants and you can tell when the the age of a plant by the amount that it's grown, right? That's all synonymous with the word measurement, or yeah, measure, like, 'cause we read measure the time diligently. That all has to do with weights and balances and looking at, sizes and dimensions, right? And you have this thing called a tipping point, you know and we can see the we see the prophecies, right? And we read them and we go over them, and we also take that information and look at it through the world, and we see that change happening, and we know ultimately that that's going to lead to a tipping point. So that's how we're measuring the time. We're seeing the change in the people, and the buildup of how this this is taking place. But I'll read this: Isaiah 24:1. It says, "Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and waste and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof." Wait, did you just want the point?
Con, you can jump down to verse 4.
Okay. This is Isaiah 24:4. Says, "The earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away, the haughty people of the earth do languish."
Right. And that's exactly what a flower does or a tree does when it's about to die. It begins to languish. And when you get that word languish, it basically goes into to droop. All right. Or to, like, when a plant is healthy and doing well, it's typically, the stem is very firm, right? It's erect, right? It's a certain level of strength that it has to it. But when something begins to die, all right, it becomes extremely feeble, right? And Baba Shah, yeah, you got it. You can pull up, yeah, the water. You can read that.
Let me see. This that word languish. It says it's a amal, okay? To be weak, to droop, to be exhausted,
Mm, right.
to grow feeble, to wax feeble. Hey,
Yep.
Ezra's talked about that too. How the earth, you know, at the end of the time, like the earth was going to get weaker through age. And you got people dying younger and younger. You know, mass death taking place. Jake can barely make it past 35. You know.
Mhm. Yep. I mean, Brian, I mean, just think about it. Like, when, like, at your job or wherever you go, how it's rare to see a person that, looks lively. It's rare to see a person that looks, like healthy or energetic. That's like a rare sight. That's why people be looking at us like we're fucking aliens, because they can see the energy that's upon us. They can see the Rakakodash. Even when brothers is going through it, like even when you feel like shit, even when you feel like you ain't in the spirit, Satan's fucking with your mind, we still stick out like sore thumbs, and it's not just because we, got beards, right? It's not just because you know it's spiritual. You gonna say something?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'll read this. This is a spirit. This Ecclesiastes 8:1. It says, "Who is a wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing?" Which is the prophets. Amos 3. The scriptures say that the Lord has revealed His secrets to His servants, the prophets. Right. It says, "A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed." Right, a countenance, and that's what you're talking about. Like we generally look healthy. You know, and that's partially due because of wisdom, right? That manifests on the outward, our how we carry ourselves, our demeanor, and also our physical health and well-being, mental health. We don't go to sleep worried. We sleep good. Hey, brothers sleep good. We throw out that prayer and sleep good. Certain brothers other than but at the same time too, like we don't, it's all we get plagued and tried, but we got something to fall on and lean on.
Yep. That's it. Matter of fact, could you jump down? Could you jump down to read verse 4 and 5?
Yeah, that's what I was over here.
Okay, kind. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. This is Ecclesiastes 8:4. Uh are you on it verse 6 too? Or yeah,
Yeah, we'll
I'll
get
read.
all that. Yeah, we'll get
Yeah,
all that.
kind of. This is Ecclesiastes 8:4. It says, "Where the word of a king is, there is power. And who may say unto him, What doest thou?"
Man, you want to speak on it?
I mean, nah, you got it.
Okay, kind. I was just gonna say, like, I mean, like, think about it this way. Like if the boss, if the CEO at your company, all right, says this needs to happen, this needs to happen, go grab me a coffee from down the street. You know what I mean? You have shit gonna start moving, man. Right? You gonna have resources utilized to fulfill that word, whatever that decree was, whatever that order was. As mundane as it might seem, all right, whoever's in charge, right? In this case, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, whatever they declare is going to be done here on the planet Earth, that's what's going to be done. That's where the power is at. And that's why we're trying to align ourselves with said power. All right. We're not trying to kick against the pricks. We're not trying to write our own script, right? Or make up our own scene in the movie, man. We're trying to figure out what does Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai want from me, from my lot, my role in the body and the ministry. And I want to do that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You got it.
Yep, getting in where we fitting in.
Yep.
You know. verse 5, it says, "Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment."
Mm, man, and that's a spiritual soft skill, you know, like the lessons, like that's what situational awareness. Baba Kashad, let's pull that up. If you
Mhm.
type in spiritual awareness on Wikipedia, let's see Baba Kashad what that says. Because again, a lot of Jake is zealous. A lot of Jake likes talking shit. Likes fulfilling the lust of the flesh, vainglory. But Jake doesn't have situational awareness. This ain't the time for that, man. And really, this is all about Yahweh Shai anyway. Okay, he's the main character of this movie. You got it right.
Con. This is situational awareness. And Wikipedia says, let me see. There we go. Situational awareness is the understanding of an environment, its elements, and how it changes with respect to time or other factors.
Whew. Man, you got it, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, because and the Lord saying that He's gonna visit this place, you know, and that's gonna be that where that change comes, right? That change is happening. You know, that fire is being kindled, right? You got it getting hot, right? So having situational awareness, like you're saying, is key, you know, and it all makes it possible too. It makes it easier when you can see what's around you, having that light, having that tool for your vision.
Yep.
Says an alternative definition is that a situational awareness is adaptive, externally directed consciousness that that has its products knowledge about a dynamic task environment and directed action within that environment.
Mm,
Situational awareness has been recognized as critical foundation for successful decision making across a broad range of situations.
that's it. That's it. When the scriptures talk about, and like we're reading in Ecclesiastes 8:4, I believe, a wise man discerneth both time and judgment. That's what that's talking about. The word judgment literally means decision making. All right. The word judgment doesn't always mean, like you looking down, because people use that word nowadays, like, oh, you're looking down on somebody or you're being condescending or, that's not what judgment really means. Judgment means your ability and your capacity to make decisions, to make the right decision. All right.
Discern.
And again, situational awareness is a key component of that. You can do the right thing in the wrong moment and look like an asshole. you know?
Hmm.
Oh man. Baba Gashak,
Hey,
can we read the next paragraph and whatever point you got, brother?
I was gonna say the scriptures talk about that in Sirach, how music, how I say music during mourning is out of place or something
Mhm.
like that, you know. And also rebuke during after you give a gift is out of place as well. Like the there's a right time, for everything, and that's having situational awareness. Like that nigga that just he like kind of autistic. You know what I'm saying? He just has no understanding like where he at, talking all loud in the waiting room. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying? It's like five other people in there. He don't know. He cracking, jokes that's not really appropriate for the situation.
yep,
Having no awareness. That's what Jake is doing. They're playing, right? When the Lord is actually looking for a reason to take you out. You know what I'm saying? Jake playing, man.
yep. Man, man. Whew, there's nothing worse than a nigga with no awareness, bro. There's nothing worse, bro, because it's just like it's so obvious. Like it just sticks out. Um, matter of fact, bro, can we pull? I'm on the screen real quick. Can we pull Matthew chapter 22 and verse 11?
Hmm. Hey, can I get something real quick?
Yeah, Bible shot. Do you think, bro?
Kind this is what I was quoting. It was slipping me during the time, but this is a Sirach 22 and 6. It says, "A tale out of season is as music in mourning, but stripes and correction of wisdom are never out of time." See, so um, yeah, a tale out of season is as music in mourning. You playing that's like, you trying to tell somebody a funny story at a
Funeral.
at a damn funeral. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Is you all out of place, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. Jake at the funeral talking about the game.
Yeah. Yeah, the world is languishing, but you want to keep, it shows that you're not there, you know? We should be
Hmm.
here. The Lord wants us to be sober, wants us to be in the moment, wants us to be present, you know? That's part of being aware, is being, when people are, everybody's in this AI, they can't necessarily focus at the same time. Everybody got short attention span. We're supposed to be in it. We're supposed to be, spiritual, man, feeling what's going on around us, circumspect, watching what's going on. We have to be aware. That's part of the job of a prophet, man, of a watcher, of a watchman.
Yep.
But I'll get that for you. This Matthew 22 and 11.
Hmm.
This is Matthew 22 and 11. It says, "And when the king came in to see the guest, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment."
Right. And this parable is basically giving the illustration of a wedding, right? The union between, an Israelite man and an Israelite woman, right? But ultimately we can spiritually, extrapolate and we know that this is talking about really the union between Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and the elect. All
Mhm.
right, that's what this parable is going into. All right, and those guests are the ones who, have received the invitation. All right, those that have come across this truth. Baba Kashak, could you read that verse again?
Yep. There's Matthew 22 and 11. It says, "And when the king came in to see the guest, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment.
Hmm. You got it.
And he saith unto him, Friend, how camest thou in hither not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless."
Right. He had no situational awareness. He showed up to the party and he didn't have on the correct attire. All right. And when you read about garments in the scriptures are really going into mentalities. All right. Your mindset, how you're thinking. Okay. That's why the scriptures talk about, putting on thy beautiful garments, right? Or like it talks about, girding up the loins of your mind, right? Clothing, garments is going into your mentality. And a lot of you Israelites, you know that you're Israelites, but your mental is not right. You're not understanding the severity of this situation. You know what I mean? Like the weightiness of this moment. You know, you have anything up?
Yeah, I was gonna say too, like just adding on to your point, like yeah, the garments, like putting it on is that mindset, like we're supposed to put on faith, the helmet of salvation, right? Scriptures talk about holding on to thy crown, right? Those are all things that's like, you know, uh attributes that you have to put on, not physically, but spiritually, you see. And Jake harp on, wearing the fringes, right? Having the fringes on, right? Having the wristbands on, but yet you haven't put on the mindset, the correct mindset that you need in these times. One being example, that being the name. You see, like, hey, that's all that we have to rely on. You see, like Hey, Yahushua, his name, his position, what it signifies, that's a lot, you know. But Jake just playing, man. Then Jake is a bigger problem than Esau, bro. Niggas are a bigger problem than Esau, man.
Yep. Yep. Because Esau is wicked, but Esau was created to be the wicked. And really, like the scriptures liken Esau unto a hireling. Esau is more in order than you niggas, man.
Hmm.
And that's why from the elders and apostles on down, GMS be going so hard on Jake. And Jake Jake be mad at that shit. But it's the truth, you know. And you had anything else, bro?
Uh, yeah, I had I get something real quick. Unless you want to take it somewhere?
Nah, I'm chilling, bro. Whatever you got, and then I'm gonna grab one and then we can close out.
Kind. Let's see. This is Luke 12. It's Luke 12 and 54. It says, and he said also to the people, when ye see a cloud rise out of the west, straightway ye say, there cometh a shower, and so it is. And when ye see the south wind blow, ye say, there will be heat, and it cometh to pass. Ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it ye do not discern this time? And what is this time talking about? It's talking about this time that was never before seen on earth, man. The time where Michael's gonna have to stand up for his people, right? You can't discern that this is about to be that biblical judgment is about to take place. Here it is. A couple weeks ago, you had what was it, like 2,000 earthquakes in Iceland or something? Here it is. You know, the dollar's collapsing. You got major famines going on. Right, they're talking about blackouts. They're talking about uh EMP attacks. You got key attacks happening all across the United States. Right, women are getting abducted and physical violence at an all-time high. You know, missing people at an all-time high in the United States. Um, Immigrants crossing the border, all hell breaking loose, man. And you can't discern that you need to get right with your how about you outside. Hypocritical, man. You call yourself a believer of the Most High.
Yep.
Hey, hey, it's people in the in like in the world, they believe in the scriptures and they don't think we in the end days. You know, you ask them, you think we in the end times? Nah, I done talked to two people like recently, like, and they believe in the Bible. I'll just be like, you know, like you know what I'm saying, you kind of, because you don't want to tread and go down that route. But I always ask, like, these Christians, man, hey, you think we in the end times? I've been hearing a lot of people say we in the end times. Nah, we ain't in the end. Nah, it ain't. Okay, the conversation stops. You know, I'm just like, oh damn, okay, well damn.
Bro, they drunk, bro. They're drunk. They're drunk, man. Like you got to be looking at this and realizing that this has to be the end. Like we're close. Like I'm talking about months. We're not talking about years down the line. We're talking about like, yo, this shit is close. Because when you think about it, everything you need to run a nation, okay, everything you need to run a nation is damn near gone here in America. The people are gone, the infrastructure is gone. All right, the national, nationality, the pride is gone. The holiday season, bro. This got to be the driest holiday season I ever seen in my life. The mirth
Yep.
is gone. The water's polluted, the air's polluted. There's no sense of morality. There's no sense of order. There's nothing left. you know. So if you can't see that it's crunch time and it's time to be locked in, all right, and loaded, in the spirit with the armor, then you finna be in for a major reality check. You know. But that's all I got, bro. We can finish up. If you had anything, we can close out with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, Khan. So Lord's willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, all glory, all honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Makakudash. Shalom, the water for the Akim and the Akwaf that tuned in. Until the next lesson, Shalom.
Shalom.